Well, it's come to this. I always knew it would. When came up with the idea for this show all those years ago, it's one of the first things we talked about. I talked to Henry, and he was like reluctant to do the show. He said, "Yeah, but eventually we're just going to be covering Ernest, right?"
Is that a quote?
Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, probably." But he didn't stick around long enough. I did. All right,
You
I'm
either
here.
die a hero or you live long enough to cover Ernest.
That's right. That's a Batman quote, kind of. I'm Daniel Ehrenberg, and I'm here to talk about two Ernest movies with you this week. We're gonna do nine in total. Um, it's gonna be painful.
And we already
It's
covered the Christmas one. This was our mission. Christmas. It's December. It's already done with. Now we're in hell. No, we'll see. I
this
didn't
is
laugh
some.
though. I gotta be honest. I
I I,
wanted to laugh and I didn't laugh that much.
I didn't laugh either, and I gotta say, I liked Ernest as a kid.
Hmm.
I saw, I think three of them. I might have seen Scared Stupid too. I might have seen four
That's
of
the one
them.
I know a
Okay,
little bit.
and I I thought they were funny. It's so weird. It's so crazy that this was a big thing. Like watching them, you feel like it's some sort of weird hidden cult phenomena that like eight people enjoyed and like got remembered that way. But then like you look at the box office and these movies made like a lot of money.
Hmm.
And
Not all
like
the time. Eventually they go into DVD.
yeah, but Ernest Goes to Camp, the first one, was in the top five for its first 3 weeks at the box office.
Hmm.
Like people were going to theaters to see these Ernest movies, and they came from seemingly nowhere. And there's no hook for the character. That's the crazy. Oh, hey, Logan be a dare. That's him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Barney does a good
Um,
job. I like his performance.
Varney does a great job, and I'm convinced the only hook for the character is that Jim Varney's doing it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like I was reading up on the character. It started in a series of local commercials down in the South. You know, your people like Ernest,
Mhm.
and
My grandfather's first name is Ernest. That's a fact.
wow,
He doesn't go by it, but that's his first name.
why wouldn't he go by that?
You
Because
he
of these
just
movies,
goes by Joe. Like that's his middle name.
Joe.
He likes Joe.
What a weirdo.
It's
All
my
right. So,
grandfather you're speaking of.
well, he's a fucking weirdo.
Well, you would say the same of you. I'm
Yeah,
100% positive.
I bet you're right. Well, my grandparents, my they all died of like lung cancer, just like
Hmm.
Jim Varney.
Oh well,
Yeah, that's sad, right?
of course. He missed out on Toy Stories 3 and 4,
It's
and the
true.
fifth one coming out. I'm Slinky Dog. That's my Jim Varney impression.
It's
Hey,
pretty
Woody,
good.
I'm Slinky Dog, your best pal.
You want to hear mine?
Bullseye, he's trying to take over my territory, but I'm Slinky Dog. I'm still your number one. That's pretty bad, I think.
It's not bad. Can you throw in a know what I mean?
Know what I mean? Hey, Vern. That's the thing
Hey,
I kind of know now.
honestly, not bad, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So he's a commercial guy. This fella,
Mm-hmm.
John R. Cherry the Third. Your grandfather. He's not very ostentatious. He just goes by Joe. This fella decided he needed a middle initial and a Roman numeral in his name.
Yeah.
All right. So John R. Cherry the Third. He's working for an advertising agency. He creates the Ernest character based on someone who worked for his father. The hook is evidently supposed to be a guy that thinks he knows everything, but actually knows nothing. And it doesn't really come across. Like, to me, Ernest is just some idiot.
Mm-hmm.
He's just this moron.
He knew the sign language, which was cool.
Why did Native Americans speak in sign language, though?
I I think that they just knew how in case they needed to. They didn't only speak in it like to each other.
But that's how Ernest was communicating with them. It was like he didn't know the Native American language that they were speaking to each other. So when Ernest would communicate with them, he would use sign language. But why would they know that?
To communicate with the white people, the dumb white people that don't care
Why
to learn
couldn't
their
they just
language.
speak English?
That's harder to learn. I don't
Then
know.
sign language?
I don't think it was real sign language. It was like made up their own version of sign language, like
I didn't
dog tooth.
understand anything about that. Like dog tooth.
That's fair.
Like Native Americans are just savages that
They fly the airplane and they put the phone on the
yeah.
ground. I don't know what they do.
Fucking all right, so John Archerry the third, he's running a an advertising agency. He comes with Ernest.
Hmm.
He finds Jim Varney. This is
He's like,
the
you perfect.
biggest stroke of luck in his life.
Right.
And Jim Varney is like a struggling actor. I mean, he's not even struggling. He was doing some stuff. And he is Ernest.
He
All
might
right.
have said he was struggling.
Well, but he said he didn't want to do Ernest. I guess he was struggling enough that when given the opportunity to be Ernest, he had to just do it.
Right. Role of a
Yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah. And the cartoons, I mean the commercials, they were all just him talking to the camera. Like the camera's Vern
Hmm.
and he's talking to like there's that one sequence in Ernest Saves Christmas where he's talking to Vern outside
Hmm.
his house. That's what the commercials were.
He did it a lot in the first, but my original take was like, do people give him enough credit as being like Deadpool? You know, like Deadpool's so over these days, but Ernest was basically Deadpool, um, a little bit. But he speaks to the camera in the first movie. It opens up. He's like putting up the sign, and he's talking to the camera. Is he talking to Vern there? Are we
But
Vern?
I think we're Vern there
That's so crazy.
because the studio Disney didn't want Vern in the first movie. They were like, we don't do that here at Disney.
No Verns. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, I didn't know that.
yeah. That they discovered Ernest. This is a great story. Are
Yeah,
you ready? You ready for the origin story of how Ernest got bought by Disney?
I'm so ready. Are we gonna say he was supposed to be like a cameo in some other thing that we didn't do?
Oh,
I
well,
forgot what that was
yeah, we
called.
didn't cover that. That's a movie John Archerry made on a shoestring budget, and Jim Varney plays like a shit ton of characters in it. And one of them happens to be Ernest, but he's like Ernest for a couple minutes. We didn't cover it.
Yeah. Sorry if you're a fan of that. We
Yeah,
didn't,
I
you
think
know.
he also plays that old lady that he plays in Saves Christmas.
Okay. I love that. I love that character.
Great.
I love like when he
Uh,
gets real close to the camera.
yeah. Well, that's
Those
part of
lenses they use
Ernest,
are cool
right?
too.
Yeah, it's fisheye lens. Might as well get the ad credit in these.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun if a movie did
Yeah.
that. Straight up.
Straight up, yeah. Hey, listen, gang. If I'm a little slow paced today, I took NyQuil last night. I have a cold, and I'm not doing so hot.
And I have no notes this episode. I have the
What?
Wikipedia pulled up. I have zero notes this
Oh
episode.
my god, I'm gonna need your help, man.
Because I mean, I remember what happened, but like nothing was sticking. I was like that. I didn't feel like talking about anything.
What about how he drove a cab and it was number 69?
That's the second movie.
I know,
I didn't notice that
but it was like the only dirty joke in the entire franchise
thus far.
thus far.
That's pretty good though.
Mm-hmm. Funny stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so oh, okay. Jeffrey Eisner. Wait, is
Hmm.
that a person? No, Michael Eisner. I am not doing well. Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg,
Hmm.
they're like the Disney guys. All right. Eisner's in charge of production. Katzenberg is in charge of the animation. They're at the Indy 500 one year.
Hmm.
Okay. That's the Indianapolis 500. That's where they race around in circles for a while and then the driver guy gets a trophy.
Only one? Do they give second and third place trophies?
They might, they
They
might.
might do that. I'm not
Mhm.
sure.
My town, not I live in Las Vegas. It was a buzz recently because they have a big Formula One race here.
Hmm.
They shut down the whole strip and they had Formula One cars racing around the strip.
Oh shit.
It was
Yeah.
wild shit, man. I don't know why I'm talking about that. It has nothing to do with anything. Fucking
You ever
Eisner.
been to a race like that?
No, it sounds so boring. And literally, I asked someone, like, I had a customer in the store who was like coming from the race, and I was like, "What was it like, dude?" And he was like, "I it was a 40-minute walk to get to our seats, and then you sit there, and a few cars go boom, boom,
Yeah, it's so fast.
and then it's done."
It might be fun if you bet on it.
I'm sure it's fun if you bet on it. And I saw there were like videos of celebrities that like they were like camped out in hotel rooms along the strip, like looking out the big windows, like with chairs and
Hmm.
like I could see how that could be fun, but you kind of have to have money for that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's I don't know, maybe it's an elitist thing. It like racing used to be for the dum dums, right? Like the real
Yeah, horse racing was for the rich.
yeah. Now
Now car
now
racing
now
is for the
everything's for
rich.
the now
You
everything's for
can't
the
do a
rich.
single thing anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, now you don't want to go because of the final destination. Remember that fourth one that takes place at the NASCAR event?
I thought about that. I was stuck in a traffic jam because of the race in Las Vegas, and all I could think about was I hope that Final Destination 4 happens to these fucking people.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah.
a terrible thought.
Hmm.
You should feel ashamed of that.
I do not. Hey,
Wishing death
why
upon
don't
your
you read a
community.
why don't you read our review?
Should we do it right now?
Yeah, I would love to get that out of the. I really want to thank.
Because of what you said was so hateful just then?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they bring up
That's
how
what
hateful.
reminded me of it.
All right. This is from November 8th, 2024. We could have read this a few weeks ago, but we didn't check it. He says, 1 star, disappointing. This is what he has to say. Unbelievably
What's his name?
uneducated. Dub
Dubs.
2305. Did I say that?
Thank you so much, Dub.
Thank you, Dub. Unbelievably uneducated opinions presented as facts. I can't disagree with that part. Using hate speech to support said opinions. Will not listen to or support this pod again.
All right. Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
tough. Just gonna give us a 2.
Yeah, come on. We deserve it too. You
I put a
probably
lot of hard
laughed a
work into this
couple
podcast.
times. Sounds
Yeah,
pretty
come on.
good.
Yeah. He says he won't support it again, which means he listened for at least a few episodes.
I'd love to know what I said. And I know
It
it's
has to
me.
be
Yeah.
100%. There's like 0% chance it's me, honestly.
No, no, no. Yeah.
I
If
can't
someone's
imagine.
complaining about hate speech on this show, it's me.
Yeah.
Uh I wonder what I could have possibly said to upset Dub so
Yeah,
much.
cite your sources, guys.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, we'd love to know. Honestly, I would love to know that.
Yeah, so I
But
don't do it again.
well, he's gone now, Dub. Unless
You
he
know,
loves Ernest.
nah, he's right. Like if he put what I actually said in there, I that's all I do this episode
Yeah.
is make that reference.
Yeah. So he shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, like if he was like, I hate how he says retarded sometimes. I that this whole episode would be me calling. I mean,
I
it's a
I,
good.
I agree, by the way.
It's honestly a
I
good
fully
episode.
agree.
What that I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you shouldn't say that.
What do you want to call Ernest?
Cool.
I think he's retarded.
I think he just wants to fit in, have a family.
He's likable for sure.
I don't know. People are getting comfortable saying that again. People are just saying it left and right these days.
Listen, it's Trump's America. There's a lot worse we could be doing. There's Nazis on the street.
I don't think we have to bend to Trump's America. We have to stand firm in our beliefs, Daniel. Guess this is what you believe in. We should be able to say it.
I believe in bullying. I believe in I don't know. I'm so good about so much.
What does that
I'm
mean?
I'm like people in Las Vegas, I'm from New York. They think I'm some fucking woke liberal cuck. They really
You
do.
should say, listen to my podcast. I'm an asshole.
But they're all assholes here.
Yeah.
That's what you
That
got to
doesn't mean you
understand.
have to be one
I've
too.
been living in my liberal New York bubble where everyone thinks I'm an asshole, and now I'm out here and I'm the fucking lib.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's rubbing off on you in a bad way,
You think so?
which is crazy because I've been in Alabama my entire life.
Have I gotten worse?
I mean, you definitely have, or maybe you're just showing
Really?
it more. Yeah, oh, for sure. You're
How
definitely
so?
much more negative. I mean, maybe the movies we're covering these days are just putting you in a bad place, but now you hate every movie that comes out. I don't know if that had always been a thing.
I've gotten better about
You're
that
like,
though.
fuck franchises. No, oh, a new franchise. Fuck this shit. It's like that's what we do. That's what we're here doing. Should
But
we
the
do
K
something
is
else?
B. I'm back into movies.
Yeah, listen to Hey, I'm watching here if you want positivity. We're pretty
Yeah,
positive on that show.
it's true.
You just have to pay $5, but you'll get it twice a month.
Yep. All right.
But Ernest time, baby. We open. A warrior is being tested for initiation by being the target of three
Oh wait,
different
I didn't
weapons.
finish the Indy 500 story.
Okay. Oh yeah.
All right, so Michael Eisner, Jeffrey Katzenberg, they're there. I'm Michael Eisner. You're Jeffrey Katzenberg. Right there.
Okay.
Boy, look at all of these retards.
Come on. What is this? No, I will not do that,
All
Michael.
right.
And I told you stop saying that.
You're right. You're right. All right. Listen, you've made a stand on this, and you're right.
Thank
I
you.
I, I will stop.
Thank you, Michael.
This is Michael Eisner talking, not me.
No, no, no,
Um,
Daniel.
all right.
Oh man.
Uh, listen. Aren't you glad we came to the Indy 500 this year?
It's a little boring, but yeah, it's nice to get in the sun.
Listen, it's super fucking boring, but we're making a ton of cash, right? Because Mickey Mouse is the Grand Master of the Indy 500 parade. I don't know if they call it the Grand Master. That might be a KKK thing.
That's definitely a KKK thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, aren't you excited to get that sweet cash?
No, I bet on number 27 and he came in fourth. So I just lost $8,000 million. That's not a number. It's not even a number. 8,000 million. Oh man.
Well, I'm just taking home that Mickey money, so I'm feeling good. All
I
right.
am excited about the prospects though. Looks
Did you
exciting.
did you hear the pop Mickey got from the crowd when he came out?
No, I was crying over my
Oh my
losing.
god, they loved him. They love Mickey.
Mm,
Everyone loves Mickey.
of course.
It's going to be tough when he goes into public domain in a few years. We might have to do it, make it so that Steamboat Willie comes out first. You know what I mean?
Are you in 20? Wait, what year are you in?
I'm in 1987.
Oh, okay. Because that's a thing going on currently, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay, I thought you were moving on to today.
No,
Yeah,
I was doing the thing like how in period pieces they say shit that like reflects on things that are happening now.
yeah. SNL, that'll never happen. Oh man.
So Mickey got a big pop, huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's
Yeah.
a top guy. We're gonna buy Star Wars one day.
But that
Oh,
but then did you hear that guy who came out after Mickey?
no, oh Ernest. He was almost bigger than Mickey. Let's buy
Had
him.
had you heard of him?
No, but I like the name.
Nor had I.
He has a
Nor
cool attitude about him.
yeah, I didn't know anything about this character, Jeffrey, but Ernest came out at this parade. I believe his name is Ernest P. Worrell,
Hmm.
and
I almost didn't hear it. The crowd was so loud, though.
it was a bigger reaction than Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
All right,
not
I
even
could
close.
I couldn't believe it. The crowd started chanting "Hey Vern."
Really?
Yes, you didn't catch
I
that?
thought they were saying, "I love you, Ern."
No, "Hey Vern."
Oh shit, that's my mistake.
Right. No, that's the camera that he talks to. I recently, I called one of my assistants back east, and first I told her to tell me what color panties she's wearing,
Oh
and
man,
then
Michael.
asked her, to tell me who Ernest is, and she was able to look that up on this new thing that just came out called the internet.
Really? Is that a thing? I don't know.
Maybe.
I have no idea when the internet came out, honestly. They could tell me it was like 89 or 99. It was I know it was before 99. It was like 90. It was like if I had to guess, I would say like 94.
Yeah, I feel like that's when it became a thing, but I think it was around before that. All
Yeah,
right.
it
Well,
must have
anyway,
been.
back to the
Yeah,
sketch.
right, right.
All right. You think we should buy Ernest?
100%. I of course just lost my all my money, but you'll have to do it and I'll get you on the back end. But yes.
All right. I think that's a good. uh,
Or we could steal him.
You mean?
What if they stole Ernest?
But see, that's the thing is there's nothing to steal. What do you
Hmm.
steal? It's not a character. Like there's no
It's just
traits.
potential. You're just stealing potential.
It's just Jim Varney doing a
Yeah.
dumb voice. So, if you're gonna steal Ernest, you have to do Ernest. That's why there's never been an Ernest reboot. No one's gonna just do this.
No. No, it'll never happen. What if
I
it
heard.
did? That'd be
I
weird.
read that they kickstarted a comic book.
Okay. Are you gonna read it?
Definitely.
What if Gaten Matarazzo was like, I'm new Ernest, and he rebooted Ernest?
Is that the kid with the face?
The kid with the teeth from Stranger Things.
The kid without the teeth, you mean?
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
But that would be hilarious. Or
Uh,
anybody, if anyone did, it
but
would
I
just be
don't
such the
think you
weirdest thing
could. I don't
possible.
think you could. Like, there's
No,
not a way. It's not really a character. Like, I guess you put the hat on him, you put the vest on him, you have him say "Hey Vern" a couple times, and have him go. Know what I mean?
but it would just be like this didn't even make me laugh. Like, there's no way someone else doing it would make me laugh.
But I don't even think it would be recognizable as Ernest.
It for sure would.
Really?
That hat, he has a recognizable hat and outfit, and you have to make them look like him. Like, like
But
the
how? Varney is such a
I
specific
feel like he has
look.
like a triangle nose and a sharp chin.
Hmm.
You'd have to
Okay.
give him like somebody cast somebody with those type of features.
All
He
right.
does. He's not just doing a voice. He's pretty physical too.
It's true.
That
You,
opens. He was on the golf
you got to
cart.
use a lot of fisheye lens.
Oh, of course, of
Yeah.
course.
The
Dressed as the
golf cart
woman.
thing was taken from the commercials. I read that a lot of the classic bits from the first movie were just commercial bits
That's fair.
reused. Him falling off the ladder, him getting
Yeah,
eaten by
twice.
ants. That
Oh yeah, the
bit
fire ants.
that was good.
That's all right. Yeah.
Fire ants.
I didn't like
I,
when the. I mean, now we're just all over. I'm just bringing up little moments I thought of, but like the glass fell on him. I didn't love his acting there. He didn't go down at first. He made it
what
look too
fell on him?
clumsy. He was like walking behind. There's like people talking in a room, and he's walking outside behind them. And then he's like like messing with the glass, and like the glass pane falls on him. But he's like pretends to struggle, but it didn't. I don't know. It's a little awkward.
It was a little awkward.
Yeah,
I agree.
but now I'm just nitpicking weird stuff. You know,
Yeah, but what else are we gonna fucking do? These are the Ernest
there's a
movies.
little bit of a plot here. The
All
sign
right, wait,
language
wait. Let me
thing.
let me finish this.
Oh yeah.
Well, first, let's get out of our sketch. Oh, okay, Jeffrey. I'm sure we're gonna go on to be the best of friends, and we're never gonna have any behind the scenes conflict that leads to me firing you and you forming DreamWorks SKG. See ya.
Want to form a new company? That's so cool. What did your guy do afterward?
My guy.
Did he have a company?
No,
Michael?
he was just like in charge of Disney for a long time, and then he left.
Who's it? Kathleen Kennedy? Is she in charge of Disney? Who's in charge of Disney?
It's not Kathleen Kennedy.
Is she just in charge of Star Wars? I feel like she's in charge
Yeah,
of something. Okay.
I don't remember who's in charge of Disney right now.
I don't either.
All right, anyway, L Dog.
Hmm.
This movie came out May 22nd, 1987.
You're a
Did
year old. Not
yep,
even.
not even. It cost $3.5 million to make, and it grossed $23.5 million.
Okay.
It
It's a lot of
came in
money.
at number 30 at the box office between Bob Rafelson's Black Widow and the Coen brothers' Raising Arizona.
All right. Those are some good directors.
Yeah, heavy hitters there. Are we gonna need to do an 87 list?
We've done it before.
Oh, okay, then we don't need to.
No. We've done
Um,
88 too.
Great, love to hear it. This was nominated for one Razzie, worst
Oh
new.
no.
Yeah, Varney was nominated for worst new star.
Oh, that's the worst thing it could have been nominated for.
Yeah. And but he lost to David Mendenhall, who's like the main villain and over the top.
Oh
Uh,
shit. I,
but I'll tell you what. Wait, is he the main villain? He might be the kid.
really?
I didn't
That
bother to
sucks.
look it up.
I like the kid.
Hey, we just got a comment on Patreon. See what it says.
Oh, okay. Well, it might be for this movie, so we'll probably
Well,
read it here.
maybe it. Well, let's read it now, just because we just got it.
Oh, okay. You get first
See, this
dibs.
is it's coming in live.
We're gonna do a live show. I think we're gonna start that in the new year. That'll be a new year thing.
Yeah,
All right. We this was from 21 minutes ago. Michael Babcock says, "I'm looking forward to you guys covering these movies, but more
it
for
was the
next
kid.
week."
By the way, it was the kid.
Oh,
No,
that sucks. Razzies
yeah,
are way out of tune. But more for next week when you cover Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest Scared Stupid. I watched those two classics endlessly as a kid. Also remarking last week, Logan is mistaken. Oh, maybe that comment was me. Uneducated opinions presented as
yeah.
facts.
There you go.
Crow only won his Oscar for Gladiator. He was nominated for Beautiful Mind. My bad, dude. Yeah. But Washington won for Training Day the following year. Wow. So they were back to back, those two.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't win for Beautiful Mind?
I guess not.
I
Who
thought for
beat
sure he
him?
did. I don't know. Maybe that was just a director win or maybe best picture win.
Who wrote that?
I'm not sure who wrote that.
No, no. The fuck. I actually
Oh,
know
Michael
Akiva
Babcock.
Goldsman wrote it, but I'm asking for the comment. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Babcock.
All right. Um, let's see.
You was going for
Oh,
the 2002 Oscars?
Denzel beat Russell Crowe.
Oh, he beat him in the same category.
Yeah. Do you think they talked about that on the set of? Wait, Russell
American
wasn't there.
Gangster?
What am I talking about? Oh
What do you
yeah,
mean?
maybe. Yeah, did they? I was gonna say, did they talk about that on the set of Gladiator 2? Uh,
Yeah, only flashback he's there. But
yeah,
maybe American Gangster. They talked about it.
maybe that's right. They were hanging around in that. All right, Jennifer Connelly. She's the only one that won an acting Oscar for a Beautiful Mind.
That's cool. And it won, I think, director and picture.
It won director and
Well,
picture. You're right.
okay. Well, thanks, Michael Babcock.
Thank you to Michael Babcock. Fucking
And thank you for
give us
commenting
give
this
us
here instead of
these
giving us one
comments on
star.
the fly. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. When was the last time you hated something enough to like go out and give it 1 star on
One
something?
star? I don't think I've ever done that.
Well, I mean, I've done it on Letterbox, but that's for like a
Oh,
movie.
yeah. I can't remember the last one star. Oh, a Joker, I guess. That was the last one I gave. I don't know. I don't really do that type of thing.
It's a weird thing to do. I mean, it's fine.
Like a negative comment's fine. I mean, I embrace all of them, honestly. I just want people talking about it. But one, that sucked. It is what it is.
Logan, help me out here.
All right, so we talked about it. That guy, he's tied up and they throw the things at him. We're like, an axe and a spear, and then they shoot an arrow at him, and you're like, what's this about? And then later you realize that's a thing they do to test if you're righteous enough or whatever. and Ernest passes the test. Remember that? It's crazy. That guy tries to murder him at the end of the movie. That guy pulls out a gun and is trying to shoot Ernest. Right?
Yeah, there's real villains in Ernest Goes to Camp. It all comes down to fights. Isn't that crazy? Like the so it's a bunch of rich guys, right?
Yeah.
And they're mining for petrosite, which is, I guess, a mineral, and they have it at this camp, Kikiki,
Mm-hmm.
and
It should have made it funnier. Like two words that are funny.
Kikiki.
Like that's a funny thing. Kick a key. It's like a funny thing to say, but it should be like kick a butt or something.
Oh wow, Logan, I think we got to get you on this Ernest reboot.
It should be something dumb like that. I think
Kick a butt.
something like that. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. That's just a space filler.
That's
If you
just
come
a
up with a better
genius
joke,
space filler that could
yeah.
be the main thing.
Okay. All right. So they're mining for petrosite. They find they have the biggest supply in the world of it
Mm-hmm.
on Camp Kikiki and kick a butt, and they need to get in there. All right.
Gotta buy it.
So they gotta buy it. So the camp is owned by this Native American wiseman,
James
and
Wiseman. That's a basketball player. I'm so sorry.
uh, so they go up to him and they're like, "Can we buy your camp? Here's so much money." And the guy's like, "No, you cannot."
hmm I didn't
You know
think that
that.
guy was the best actor. He was. He
No,
was like looked like he was about to crack it a lot of
you
times.
didn't think he was the best actor because
Of all the
I
actors,
was like
I would put
I
my
was
money
like
on him
this
not being
guy.
the best
I don't think he's the best actor, but I definitely think he's in the conversation for the best actor.
of all time.
Yes.
I would disagree. I think we should vote. Should this
Okay.
should this guy be in the conversation for best actor of all time? Yes or no?
Vote best actor of all time. Choice A, Marlon Brando. Choice B, Al
Jimmy Stewart.
Pacino.
Okay.
Choice C, Robert De Niro. Choice D, Old Crow. What's this guy's name?
He had a cool name like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Iron Crow.
yeah. Iron Eyes Cody.
Iron Eyes Cody.
That's cool.
Damn. All right, that's choice D. Choice E, Meryl Streep.
Oh yeah, good for
Choice
you putting a woman in there.
F, Denzel Washington. Choice G, Kate Winslet. Choice, what's after
Over
G?
Blanchett. Winslet over Blanchett. You went.
Yeah,
GH.
H.
How
Choice
far are we
A.
going? What is this?
Choice H.
Jimmy Stewart. Have you said Jimmy Stewart?
Nope.
You gotta say
James
Jimmy Stewart.
Stewart. Choice I.
Cary Grant. What
Choice.
what is this?
I don't know.
I would go Iron Eyes Cody still.
It's anti-comedy, sort of
I
like
guess keep going until you get to someone better.
that's my new bit is I do something really unfunny and then I call it anti-comedy.
Okay.
Yeah,
So anything Daniel said that's never been funny, it was intentional.
it was that was just me doing
To
anti-comedy.
see how you react. It's really like to test yourself, to see how
Right.
you feel about his own
You
jokes.
see, the guy who says that we're uneducated, he's really dumb. He just didn't get my anti-comedy.
Yeah, and you listeners that do like this show, you're smart. You're just way smarter than that guy.
All right, what are we up to?
I don't remember the juvenile delinquents. We have to go pick them up.
Right. So
Oh, by
Ernest
the way,
works.
Ernest, yeah, he works there, but he's a maintenance man. He wants to be a counselor. That's his dream,
Yeah. He
basically.
says one day he'll be a full-fledged counselor. He's really looking forward to that. There's this lady who sometimes goes to talk to him about it. She's always interrupting people though. But did you notice this lady? She like keeps like trying to
I
like
like
give
her.
Ernest some exposition. I liked her too, honestly. And Ernest just keeps interrupting her, and then he fucking yaps for a while, and she just stands there listening to him silently,
Mm-hmm.
and like she like The
She's
actress
very
is
patient.
good because she has to like look like she's interested in what Ernest is saying.
It's true.
Yeah, but all
Victoria
Ernest is
Racimo, we should say her name.
she's not my MVP, but she's not my LVP either.
I guess Varney has to be the MVP.
No, I have a different MVP.
No way.
The business guy who's in charge of the petrocite.
That's was too boring to
I
me.
thought he was so fucking funny because he's so committed. Like it's like he doesn't. There are no Ernest movies yet, so I feel like the people in this movie, for like the only time ever, they don't know they're in an Ernest movie, and
Yeah, it's not
so
his movie. They're like, this could be my movie.
what's actually incredible is he's playing the part earnestly.
Oh, good job.
Thank you so much. And so like he's a really good villain. Like
Yeah,
he sounds threatening and mean and he's evil.
yeah. It was just too
And
boring.
yeah,
I
I
wanted
mean
more Varney.
that's how
He
I
wasn't. He
felt
didn't even make me laugh either, though. Like I would
as
get being a kid laughing probably.
yes, as a kid, I would watch these movies and they'd cut away from Ernest, and I'd be like, "What the fuck are we doing here? Let's get back to Ernest."
Hmm.
But now, as an adult, I'm like thankful for the reprieve.
And this is one of the better ones of the franchise, probably because it's the
Yeah,
first one.
right.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I'm not gonna argue with that. He was pretty good. Is he John Vernon?
I guess so. I didn't even look it up. But yeah, so let's bring in these juvenile delinquents. It's like a bunk. Well, they go to like a juvenile facility and pick them up in a school bus. And it's a bunch of juvenile delinquents, and they're going to be a bunk at the camp. And you know that they're bad kids because they all wear sunglasses.
Mm-hmm. They all did a good job, I thought, with their wardrobe.
Yeah, yeah,
All of them.
they all had like a different sort of vibe. One of
One of
them
them
was
was
like,
the smart guy.
yeah, one of them was a fat guy.
I think that was a smart one, maybe. The Albert Einstein, they
Oh
called him.
yeah, yeah. One was like a spiky haired kid. One of them was black.
Mexican.
One of them was Mexican. Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
dude, the Mexican one is still working today. Like
That's very cool.
that
I was
actor
hoping they might.
is
The
not
crew, yeah.
nobody else. Like I looked up all the kids in this movie and like the little girl from the next movie, who I guess was actually 16. But the uh the only one who still has a career is this fella, Jacob Vargas. He's
The
like he was on like Sons of Anarchy and shit.
Oh, that's cool. My
Yeah.
parents used to watch that. Um, the I
Oh,
noticed
and he was a regular on Mr. Iglesias, the Julio Iglesias show. I'm not fat. I'm floppy.
is that his name, Julio Iglesias?
Isn't that?
No, Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, excuse
That was a
me.
racist.
Yep.
But what was the crew reminded me of the Bad News Bears crew a little bit, right?
Well, all kids crews were like this at the time. This is like a
I
year
guess
after
so.
Goonies, so I feel like they're going for a little bit of a Goonies vibe too.
Yeah, I guess they're all Mighty Ducks. They all have like similar
Yeah,
crews. That's
yeah,
fair. But I didn't like how they treated like Ernest went and picked those guys up, showed up, and then he had like a problem where he fell out of the bus when he showed up. And the guy comes up like, Ernest, I thought I could trust you to go get them. And it's like he did. He went and he picked him up and showed back up with them. And then he like had a mishap when he got there and fell out of the bus. Like
yeah.
he went and
They're
got him.
here. They are here. Those kids.
Yeah.
I hated this guy. Like the camp owner, or I guess he's not the owner because the owner is Iron Crow.
Yeah.
But the fellow who runs it is like a white guy, and he puts Ernest in charge of the juvenile delinquents. And then later, when like the juvenile delinquents go missing or whatever, he goes to Ernest and he's like acting like he's being a nice guy, but he says, Ernest, don't even worry about it. This is all my fault. It's my fault for thinking you'd be able to do this.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing to say.
That is like the meanest fucking thing ever.
Yeah. I thought you were capable and you're not. That's
You're
my
just
fault.
some dumb piece of shit.
Damn. You're just some R word, according to Daniel.
See, I don't think we should say it, but if we're gonna say it, I just hate saying shit like R word. It makes me feel like a baby.
And just why like I gotta be honest, that word was erased for me when I was so young. I never think about it. It's just not a thing I think about.
Yeah,
Nope.
we're just it's just a generational thing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But like at this point we've X'd that word out 10 years ago. I think it's time. We don't have to bring it back because Trump's in charge.
You're right. I mean, I'm not bringing anything else back. It's not like I'm gonna start using the fucking N word.
That'd be terrible. That you would get knocked out if that happened. You might get knocked out. That's a problem too, is you might say that type of stuff to the wrong person. Like you could be in a like, oh, that shirt is R word, and then you get knocked out.
I mean, it better be like the fucking older brother of an R word because an R word ain't
Exactly.
knocking me
Like you
out.
all right. But that could happen. Like you run into people where that type of word means something to them and they knock you out for those types of reasons. It happens. I've seen fight videos on World Star.
Maybe I need that to happen to me.
Wow, maybe. Maybe. You should say it more often. Get closer
I'm
to the edge until it
yeah,
happens.
yeah. I gotta start saying it so someone knocks me out, and so I stop saying it.
But it could be so simple to just stop right now. But instead, you want to keep going. Live your life, dude. Try and do what you want to do.
I'm doing my best, man.
Oh, man. I don't remember. So we brought those guys in. Ernest. What happened?
You
What
want to know
happens
something
next?
funny about Bad News Bears? You remember
Yeah.
it was weird when we covered Bad News Bears that one kid's calling everybody crud. Hey, you crud.
Yeah. Was that Tanner?
Yeah, I guess that was just a thing in the 70s because I've hit some like late 70s Marvel comics where
Crud.
characters are calling each other crud.
I was never aware of this.
Yeah,
Crud.
me neither.
That was never a big part of my vocabulary either. That's a fun one though, crud.
Yeah, you fucking crud.
No one would know what that is. I don't what is the definition of that? What does that mean?
It's just like a jerk.
Oh, jerk. I thought it was like shit. Not like poop, but like that shit over there, like
Well, I
move that
think that's
crud.
technically what crud is. Yeah, it's like dirt or something. Like you got some crud in your eye.
Crud, yeah, like that, exactly.
Yeah, I
Uh,
probably do.
he just woke up.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah. And then so what happens is he gets the promotion to the manager when those delinquents they see one of the other counselors on the or I guess he gets promoted to counselor because they knock one off a ladder, right? They see one and they knock him off. So he has to be
Yeah.
carted out, and then they bring in Ernest.
Crazy that they'd bring in Ernest to replace a guy who just fell off a ladder because Ernest is constantly falling off ladders.
But he didn't get hurt,
He,
so
but he
it doesn't
also,
matter.
well, maybe that's Ernest's real character trait is he's constantly getting hurt, but nothing lasts. He's sort of invulnerable.
Yeah, like the Home Alone, like the sticky bandits. Like those guys get knocked out like bricks in their head, but they're still fine.
But I feel like Ernest doesn't even show the effects as much as the wet bandits.
Right, sticky in the New York. My bad.
I know, I understand.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a part. I didn't really notice he went through a lot of injuries in these first two. Maybe that's a thing in the later ones. I
What
remember he
about when he
falling off the
got
ladder,
what about he fell off the ladder, the fire ants,
fire ants, but he went to the hospital. He had like little bumps all over him.
and then they gave him that poison ivy in the hospital.
True, that was terrible. Those guys are evil.
That was pretty fucked up because Ernest was like really thanking them, like he thought it was a nice gesture by the delinquents. And then our good friend, the female in the lead of the movie, what's her name?
I don't know. Was she the nurse also?
No, no, but she
Oh,
met
she is
them.
Nurse Saint Cloud.
Oh, okay, yeah. She came into the hospital and said to them like that was a shitty thing you did.
Yeah,
You
and
you
they
guys better fucking ship up or shape out.
it seemed to change their attitude. She might be the MVP. No, she's not. But she has a cool character. I thought
I liked it.
essential
I
to the plot.
I read that in the original script, Ernest hooks up with her at the end,
Wow.
and Disney was like, no, Ernest can't be a sexual being.
I agree with that. That would be
I
way too
I, I
weird.
agree. I'm with Disney. I'm not with Disney on a lot, but I'm with them on this one.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And then I mean, what else happened? Like a lot of shenanigans ensue, and then he ends up the guy is trying to get the paper signed, and Ernest speaks sign language, so the guy tricks him into getting the paper signed. So it's
Here,
all Ernest's fault.
you want me to give you something? I'll give you some of my notes.
Okay.
Toilet shenanigans over the credits.
I don't know if I remember that.
Yeah, he's trying to unclog a toilet.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Yeah, I do
I'm
remember.
trying to keep up with like some of his stuff. So things we know about Ernest.
Hmm.
He's a Vietnam vet.
Okay.
All right, that was interesting to me. And he says, "Know what I mean?"
Know what I mean?
Yeah, he does math a lot, and anytime he does math, he says, "Carry the one."
Hmm.
That's one of his catchphrases.
I like that.
Okay. Um, let's see. Uh, oh, they beat up Ernest with trays. Remember they beat him up with the tray, and then his face is on the other side of the tray.
Yeah, I didn't like that very much. They're just so mean to him. Why? He's so kind, and they're so mean to him. I
I
don't
know.
understand. That's how the world is, though.
But Ernest is so patient.
That's a is that are people? Is it a good thing or a bad thing to be patient? I guess there's a line, you know.
I think you get stepped on eventually if you're too patient
Absolutely,
or hit with
absolutely.
a tray.
Or hit with a tray.
Yeah. He at one point he takes him into the woods and he sees some badgers and he goes to the badgers. He does a silly voice and the badgers attack him. We never see the badgers, but it's sort of like in Ace Ventura when he gets attacked by that shark. He just sort of flits around the screen.
Okay, I don't even really remember that.
Okay. Can you please include this line in the edit?
Okay,
All
I hope
right.
I don't have to. Where is it in the
Please
movie?
please find this. It's my note right after the Badgers. So just start
Okay,
from there, you'll find it.
okay.
Um uh oh, Ernest has something like an animal attached to him or something, which
Okay.
happens sometimes in these movies. All right, and one of the campers he says to Ernest, "We can jerk that sucker off there. It'll just take a second."
And you like that because it reminded you of masturbation.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find that.
We could jerk that sucker off there.
Oh man, that's a good one. Who said that? One of the kids?
One of the campers, yeah.
Oh
All
man.
right.
What was on him? I don't what type of animal?
I don't remember. There's snakes in the second one, but
Yeah, in
there's
the
something
truck.
else. Yeah. Might have been like a some sort of a bug. I don't know.
Bug.
Anyway, there's a song Ernest sings at one point.
Oh, I loved that. I thought that was so sweet.
Yeah, it's a sappy ballad.
That was beautiful. That's the
Hmm.
outro.
And then there's also a triumph song, like a training montage.
Yeah.
And that's called Brave Hearts. It's really good. I think you should close the episode with it.
No, I like the beautiful ballad he had.
Oh, Brave Hearts is so much better.
That's just music.
No.
It's singing,
Yeah, there's like a guy like, come on, get into shape for the camp.
but Ernest singing is way better.
I guess you're right.
It's got to be.
All right. Anyway,
I thought it was gonna be a thing in every movie he would have a
can we
song.
can we talk about the comedy duo?
Yeah, those two guys.
Yeah, there are these two dudes in this movie that are like chefs at the camp, and we keep cutting back to them for like little sketches, and they're bad, but like it's whatever. But I was so blown away when they popped up in the second movie as a different set of characters.
It was both the same guys.
Yeah,
I noticed that the one guy like moving his eyes is the same one.
yeah.
I didn't notice
There's a
the
lot
other
more
guy.
sound effects in the first movie than the second movie. Did you notice that?
Possibly, yeah.
Like in the first movie, when he moves his eyes back and forth like that, it goes like boing,
Yeah, yeah.
boing,
Yeah, exactly. I think that's how the second movie
boing.
ends, though. He gets like real close to the camera after it says E Bunny. He pops out and then he goes up to the camera like moving his eyes and it's like boing, 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 boing.
Yeah, but the first time he does the eye thing in the second movie, just they let that shit breathe, baby.
Yeah.
They trusted it by that point. They're like, we don't need no silly sound effect. This fucking fat guy moving his eyes back and forth, that's just gonna make him laugh. That's all you need.
This is before that guy in Identity, right?
Yeah, it's just
Before he
like
came
that though.
around.
Yeah.
I thought it might be that guy at first. And I was like, no, this is way
That dude
before that
was
time.
like, let me take this guy's shtick and make it serious.
Pruitt something.
Pruitt Taylor Vince.
Yeah.
Uh Here's something I like about the know what I mean catchphrase,
Okay.
Logan. I like how when the movie gets serious and Ernest has to deliver serious exposition, you can't have any jokes there. Like you
You
know what I
could.
mean?
It's Ernest.
But what I'm saying is during its serious moments in the film,
He'll drop that in.
instead of having a joke, you could just have him throw in, know what I mean? And that'll remind us that we're watching an Ernest movie and that it's funny, right?
Right.
So like
Sometimes we have to be reminded.
it'll be a very serious monologue about ecology or about preserving the rights of Native Americans, but
Know what I mean?
that you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and
And you're
then
like, oh
then
yeah, Ernest,
yeah,
this is
then we're right
hilarious.
back. We're right
I thought this
back.
might be serious for a second.
Yeah,
Phew, but this is a laugh riot.
yeah. So I
So
appreciated that.
no, that's pretty. I hope they keep that up the whole time. I
Me
hope I
too.
never get mistaken. That would be scary.
Yeah. You got
But,
anything else?
oh, I mean, we sign away the camp, and then it's like all Ernest's fault, and then we have to get it back, and we fight those guys.
Yeah, then the bad guy who I like, he has like a heavy who like comes in. We see him like go into this family's house that we're like trying to like dig on their land or whatever. And they're like, he's like, get out of here. And they're like, no, we live here. And he's like, I'll beat you up. And then they're like, oh, okay. And they leave.
Yeah, the guy he had a nice beard. I remember.
But now Ernest stands up to that dude. He's like, I'll fight you.
Yeah, punch you in your jaw, but then he got his ass kicked.
Yeah. And the kids kind of turned on him. Like there was one moment where like Ernest like really had the kids on his side and they do the training montage and he's like, I'm gonna kick this motherfucker's ass. And
Yeah,
then he gets beat up. And the kids are all like, man, you got us all psyched for nothing. You're like a terrible fighter.
they thought he was
And I'm
good.
and I'm like, shouldn't you applaud his effort that he
That's
like
true.
got up and like fought this man? Like had a physical fist fight with this land developer.
Yeah, for
Like
all of our
just
sake.
because he lost the fight, when a hockey guy gets in a fight, I applaud the effort. I
Right, of
applaud these
course,
trying to get the team feeling passionate again.
of course. There was a big fight in the Jacksonville Jaguars game because Trevor Lawrence got a
I saw it.
concussion,
I
and
saw
no
it.
one blamed them. They were like, "Yeah, you got to fight the other team at that point,
Yeah, you
or else
do.
you're like you're not sticking up for Trevor Lawrence."
That's true. You look like a real wuss if you don't stick up for your guy.
Yeah,
Guys,
honestly,
I won fantasy football by so much yesterday.
yeah, like 60 points.
Oh my god, not in the franchise league because I'm so fucking horrible in that league,
Hmm.
but I mean in my other
But you had
league
Jerry Judy.
I won 209 to 133.
Oh, so embarrassing.
And the
133 is a
guy
pretty good score too. That guy could have won other
and
matchups.
that guy he's the number one guy in the whole league. Best record of anyone in the
And you're
league.
the last, and you took
I
him down.
am not
I thought
last.
you said once that you were last. You beat the number one guy. Oh, I think I'm
No.
thinking of my brother,
That's
maybe.
that no no no. I said that about our league.
Oh, okay. Well, shout
But
out to you,
anyway,
and shout out to Jerry Judy
I'm doing great. I'm
and Bo
7-6.
Nix, or not Bo Nix, Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
We're getting him in that rock.
Great job for the Browns last night, even though they ended up losing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else do you want to talk about?
Uh, we could talk about Jameis Winston for 20 minutes. I find him freaking hilarious.
Go
But
for it.
I mean, I guess that's the end of the movie. The sign falls on him again at the end. MVP, LVP. Oh, what do we give it? A two? I'll give it a two, whatever. I don't want to give it a
Two.
one, but I'm definitely not giving it a three. Jim Varney's my MVP. Are you going to go with is it John Vernon? Was he the land developer guy?
Yeah.
No, all right. It's fair.
Is that his name?
I think that he played Sherman Crater. I want to say that was that guy. Yeah,
Yes,
because
that's
we had.
him.
By the way, the the henchman was a former football player, American professional football player, defensive end, famous for his intense and intimidating style of play. Played for the Raiders.
See, look, the guy that I picked, John Vernon, he was also the dean in Animal House and the mayor in Dirty Harry, and he played a captain in the Outlaw Josie Wells. So this guy is a pro.
Who was
Okay.
it that you said was in
And
Full House?
that's the big fat guy who does the eye thing. But this guy, I'm telling you, he's just cast in a movie and he's like, I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna play this character like it's real.
Yeah,
But he didn't realize he's in an Ernest movie.
yeah. So shout
And
out to him.
to its benefit.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. Do we have an LVP? Because I don't really.
All the kids,
But there's none that
the
stand out.
the old guy, the blonde camp counselor.
Might go this guy Scott Menville. He had a voice acting career.
Who?
I don't know. He played Crutchfield.
Crutchfield.
Scott Menville.
Oh no, I liked him. He was one of the better kids.
Okay, I didn't remember.
He was the one with the spiky hair.
Let's go with one of these no-name ones. I'm gonna go with
No, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Cooks, that other comedy duo. They're no
no
Jim
way.
Varney.
Nah, whatever. I mean, that's fine. I think I like them more in the second movie, honestly.
Yeah, well, they had all those reindeer.
Yeah. So but you can't go with both of them. I'll go with not the eyes one, the other guy.
No, I'll go with the eyes one.
I like it. So there's this movie.
Yeah. All right,
Now let's save Christmas with Ernest.
guys, this is our Christmas episode. Ernest Saves Christmas.
December 3rd.
Just is that today's date?
Mhm.
Hmm. All right.
I did like, well, you remember the song he was singing at the beginning? When he was in his cab, there was some Christmas song.
He said, "Oh Christmas tree," but he only knew the lyric, "Oh
I
Christmas
liked
tree."
that.
Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree,
Oh,
oh
Christmas
Christmas
tree.
tree,
Oh,
oh
Christmas
Christmas
tree. Very
tree.
funny.
That's good.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. That was very funny. I was like, oh,
This,
that's good stuff.
I remember this being the best one when I
Okay.
was a kid, and it definitely isn't.
Maybe you're thinking of Vacation, the Christmas Vacation. That's the best vacation movie.
Maybe, but I don't even think that's the best vacation movie.
What do you like? The first one?
Yeah, I like the first one. But anyway, it's the director John Cherry. He says he thinks this is the best Ernest movie.
Is this the only one he made?
No, he made them all.
Oh shit, that's cool then. It's not
John
like a
R.
Joss
Cherry
Whedon
the
thing
third.
where all my episodes are the best episodes.
No, no, he can judge him because
He's
he's
like a
the
Don
Don.
Mancini.
I was just gonna say Don
Oh, okay.
Mancini.
Well,
That's
he's
so
like the
fucking
prime
funny.
example of
Yeah,
somebody who
of
was there
a
the
guy
whole
that
time.
stuck around the whole time for a franchise. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like those. I like the
Hmm.
other ones too, where it's someone else.
All right. So Cherry, he's back to direct. What they did with this one is John R. Cherry pitched an Indiana Jones Ernest movie. He wanted Ernest
That's
to
cool.
be Indiana Jones, and it was going to be called Ernest and the Cave of the Voodoo King.
Love it.
Yeah. But Disney was like, no, that's not a good idea.
Hmm.
Here, I'll be Michael Eisner. Listen, this
That's
fucking
our
guy,
word.
this guy Cherry came into my office. He pitched me Ernest to the Cave of the Voodoo King. We love Ernest, right? But that's not a good idea.
Why not, Michael? That's a great idea.
I don't know, man. The budget's gonna be too high. There's gonna be action sequences. There's probably gonna be some questionable voodoo cultural appropriation. Wait, no, it's 1988. I mean, it would have been hilarious to have like black people in and do those voices, like in Weekend at
Yeah, that
Bernie's
would have been a
too.
hit.
But I just think Christmas movie, that's the way to go.
Did it seem early for Christmas? Do a lot of franchises the second one they
You're
go to
supposed to be
Christmas?
Jeffrey
Oh,
Katzenberg,
all right.
motherfucker.
Um, all right, we'll take out the voodoo. Oh, well, you said the voodoo was good. Um, all right, fine, we'll do whatever you want. But let's talk about it because are a lot of franchises they go to Christmas in the second movie? That seemed weird to me. I don't like
You're
that.
not a good ad libber. Uh,
Well, I
it,
don't care about these
I,
guys.
I, yeah, it is sort of odd. Second one,
I didn't like that.
it's
I
pretty
mean, for our
fast.
sake too. Like we have to cover it week one.
Yeah, in my head, I guess I assumed this was like the third or fourth one, but it's not.
Yeah, number two. But
Number
but then they
two.
set up like three is they think they're gonna keep rolling with that. Like we're gonna do all of the holidays. Next third one's gonna be the Easter one.
But then we
Then
never did another one.
never, not really.
Yeah.
I think a franchise should sort of do that. Just go through all the different
Well, I
holidays.
mean, it's easy to do, right? Why not? Like it it makes it a perennial, so it gets shown on TV or a different around a time of year. And it's like what TV shows do. Like when they used to have 22 episodes of TV to fill, what would they do? Like it's Christmas, let's do a Christmas episode.
Of course. And those make for some of my favorite episodes. So I
Yeah,
think they should do that. But I don't get to make movies. What do I know?
you
Um,
should, man. Kick it butt.
kick a butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. Classic. Classic.
All right. So the original script for this was written by a fella named Ed Turner.
Okay. Close
And
to Ted Turner.
it is, but he's just a dude, Ed Turner.
Hmm.
And he wrote just a Christmas movie that Disney bought. It didn't have Ernest in it. It was about like Santa Claus needing to give his power to like a children's audience, like a Fred Rogers kind of guy,
Yeah.
and he gets put
Is
in
that Mr.
jail.
Rogers?
Yeah,
Fred? That's
and
his first name?
yeah,
Okay.
and then so they just shoehorned Ernest in it.
What's a shoehorn? No, I'm just kidding. We talked about that yesterday. Uh, yeah, we got a text from Tim. Tim said, reminder that my screenwriting teacher wrote Saved Christmas. It
Yeah,
originally
Ed
did not.
Ed Turner, this fella Ed Turner, who I'm talking about, went on to teach Tim screenwriting, which I think explains a lot of why Tim has never had a screenplay made into a film.
Oh, come on. That's not fair. If the day is young, Tim. It originally did not have Ernest. He hated Ernest. He died 2 years after teaching me. Unrelated, he also had us watch Alias that semester because he wrote in some staff writers from Alias to teachers. He brought in some staff writers from Alias to
Wow.
teach them. That was
I
cool, he
wonder I
says.
wonder which ones. I wonder whether he had Jeff Pinkner.
Yeah, why didn't he
I
tell
want,
us?
yeah, I know
You
some of
would
those
know.
alias writers. They all went on to write for fucking Lost. Um, but yeah, so Ed Turner wrote the original screenplay, and then they got in this guy Tom Eberhard to rewrite Ed Turner's screenplay,
Okay.
and then they turned it into Ernest. And Tom Eberhard, he was like, "I want nothing to do with it." He took his name off a fucking movie. He already had a little clout at this point. But Ed Turner, this is his like first screenplay he ever got made, so he's like, "Fuck it,
Yeah,
I'll
I want
I'll
my name
keep
out
my
there. Of
name in there." Yeah.
course.
Tom Eberhard he goes on to do Captain Ron
Kurt Russell.
and yeah, and Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, which we
Okay.
covered with the sequel.
Yeah, much
And
better
then,
than the third one. Honey, we shrunk ourselves, in my opinion.
yeah, I remember that changed for me. Remember that? Like I liked Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves
I
when
do
I
remember
saw him
that.
as a kid, but then as an adult, I was like, no, this is Honey, I Blew Up the Kids way better.
Yeah, that's all. It's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
there
it
should have been
comes.
big poop. We said they don't deal with any giant poop.
That's true. Yeah.
There should have been.
They should have had to change his diaper at some
Why am
point,
I
like
making so much butt
with like
jokes today?
helicopters.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be hilarious. What?
Yeah.
So dumb. So dumb. But that's a good movie. There's like a part where he like walks through traffic
Why aren't we in charge of Hollywood?
because we use hate speech and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. No one would support us.
Pretty clear.
Yeah. All right, so this came out November 11th, 1988. They almost doubled the budget, $6.5 million.
Wow.
But don't even worry about it. Did well, 28.2 million. Came in at number 38 at the box office between Shoot to Kill and Betrayed, which both star Tom Berenger.
Oh,
What I want to say right now is that in 1988, Ernest P. Worrell was exactly as popular as Tom Berenger.
totally. You're exactly right. Unless he had a
Amazing.
third movie that was like sneaky popular, super popular that year.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. And I just watched the movie of theirs both in the last week, so they're both over for me. Behringer more over though. I got to be honest.
I know. You ever watch Major League?
Mm-mm.
You should watch Major League.
Yeah, who's the third guy? Charlie Sheen and who else?
Tom Berenger.
Well, I know there's two, and then there's their third guy.
Wesley Snipes.
Oh, so I was thinking of. All right, I'll watch that. I always heard that was good.
Corbin Burnson.
Maybe
Mm.
I'll check that
Uh,
out.
all right. Saves Christmas. What do you got?
First of all, I noticed the girl. Her birthday is Christmas.
I read that too.
That's very cool. And then she went on, like her whole life, she was probably like, "Wow, my birthday's on Christmas." And then she went on to be in a Christmas movie.
Can
That's
I give
so
you
cool.
a concerning bit of IMDb trivia about
Of
that girl?
course. Yep.
Let me find it.
All right.
Oh God.
That
Ernest
she was
Saves
good. That
Christmas.
she brought a lot of attitude to the role.
I did too. I very much enjoyed her. I looked her up. I saw that she played Veronica in the unaired pilot of the when they tried to make Clerks into a sitcom.
Oh wow.
That's very fun. Uh, and I recognized her from some other shit too. But here, the trivia for Ernest Saves Christmas. Let me give you some trivia.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Can I tell you something about trivia? Like the
Mm-hmm.
word trivia. I always thought trivia was like questions. Like I'm gonna ask you a question and you tell me the but they IMDb trivia is like IMDb facts, I think, right?
Well, that's what trivia is trivial. That's what it's short for. So it's just some bullshit you don't need to know but here.
Yeah, I understand that, but I always thought trivia. I guess I'm thinking like the game Trivial Pursuit or something.
Yeah, I think you are.
But I always thought that was like, all right, go ahead. It always bothered me, but that's just a Logan thing.
All
Sorry.
right, listen. This is Ernest Says Christmas trivia. 31 of 34 on IMDb found this interesting.
Okay.
John Cherry, the director, had to assign someone to keep 16-year-old Noelle Parker away from the crew members as she was being a bit too friendly with them.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It means that I think some one of the crew members might have thought, "Ooh, this 16-year-old's into me," and they were like, "Let's keep her away from the crew." They think she's hitting on them.
I Here's my thing. That's how the trivia is presented. I think what it probably was that she's like the only girl on set. She's like looks older. The crew's hitting on her, and maybe she's hooking up with a couple of them, and that's on the crew.
Right.
That's a crew of pedophiles as far as I'm concerned.
And they
But
make it her
this
fault.
fucking trivia makes it seem like this 16-year-old could not get these earnest crew members' cocks out of her mouth, and we had to do have a bodyguard come in and
Which is
say,
also the crew's fault though.
"Put your fucking mouth away."
You think it really went to that extreme though? Like they were like she was hooking up with them?
Maybe one or two.
Yeah, that's very weird. Um, but it's definitely not as they say. I think definitely the crew, or maybe I hope they were just taking things weird and they put a stop to it when that started happening.
I would like you to get Noelle Parker on this show so we can have her clear up this trivia.
I don't think she would want to talk about that.
Oh,
Probably.
by the way, also, do you think her name is Noelle because she was born on Christmas?
I do think so. Yeah, absolutely. If she was born the next day, it would be something else.
Maybe. All right, what else you
Susan.
got?
Oh, I don't know. That, but the start of the movie, I mean, it felt very much like this felt like Bad News Bears, the one where they go to Japan, where the coach of the team was like a failed actor who what they like put him in the coach of the team to get him in the spotlight. And here there's this guy who used to be this guy on TV and they want him to be Santa Claus. That was weird.
It was weird though, because the dude is on TV. He's supposed to be a Mister Rogers type, like a real wholesome dude,
Yeah, he didn't want to
and
cuss in one
he
scene.
doesn't want to cuss or like have violence in the movie. But from what I can tell, he signed on to be in a series of slasher movies where it's called Santa's Slay or whatever,
I
Slay, which I'm pretty sure was a movie with Goldberg.
oh really?
And
Did he not know that though? The sleigh. Maybe he thought it was Sleigh. Isn't there a part later where they reveal like, no, it's sleigh?
yeah, but I mean, he read the script. Why would you agree to be in this
No, it's
movie?
true. No,
And
you're right
like,
about that.
and to me, he's not a big star. He's a local celebrity. They said it was a local kids show, and
Right.
he's getting to be in a movie. The second this guy's giving me shit about my script on the set as a producer, I'm firing him
Right.
immediately.
Well, he's not in it. He's not a real actor. Like you can't have that guy run your set if he's not willing to
Right.
really act and do the part. Like you have to
What's
hire somebody.
happening?
What do you mean?
I don't know this movie. It's just a lot going on.
Oh, I thought you were talking to like where I was disconnected or something. But
What about this angle? Is this good?
I love that angle. Yeah, great angle. Um, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really understand that. But the thing is, he's not an actor, is he? He was just had like a children's a
It
thing.
looked like he was a puppeteer. He was doing little dinosaurs. Rawr,
Oh, okay.
rawr.
Uh, well, that he grow out of it. Just be an actor. That was a bad job by him.
Well, he's gonna be Santa Claus, so
It
I
all
guess
worked out.
it
It all
all
worked
worked
out.
out. Yeah, yeah.
He had a
Uh,
big
th-
beard to start out, and then he shaved it.
right. The whole movie was shot in Orlando, which I liked. It was like Disney was just like making that studio down there near Epcot,
Mhm.
and so they were like, let's shoot the whole thing there. So it's a lot of local Orlando shit in this movie.
All right, that's pretty cool to me, I guess. But Ernest is now a taxi driver. Guess that's where we open up.
Car number 69.
Car number 69, which I didn't catch, but that's fun. And he ends up taking. Does he have the show guy in his cab? I don't remember what exactly happens, but he ends up involved in this whole Santa situation.
He has Santa in his cab.
Santa's in his. Oh, he picked Santa up for it. Opened Santa's at the airport. That was actually
Yeah.
cool. I enjoyed that. Santa going to the airport. The bag is on the little thing.
You
That's
can see how this isn't an Ernest movie. Like that
right.
they just put Ernest in an existing movie. Because like Santa really is the primary focus of the movie. There's this whole part at the beginning of the movie with Santa at the airport talking to this business guy and comparing notes and then like hinting at kids like, hey, I'm Santa.
Right.
And like explaining like the magic is fallen and I've done Santa for too many years. I need to transfer it to somebody else. You know what I mean?
I do
No,
know
know
what
what
you
I
mean.
mean? See,
Oh
I
man.
I, I threw that in. Now everyone knows the show's funny again.
Yeah. They were a little concerned for a second,
Yeah, yeah.
but no, you're absolutely right. And I like that. I like that whole little bit at the airport. And then we get into his cab. Where do we meet the girl? She's just running around. She's like a delinquent.
Yeah, we see her like trying to like sneak into a restaurant or something, like get by like a bouncer guy.
What's she gonna
And
do when she's in the restaurant?
I
Order
don't know,
food?
maybe use the bathroom. I couldn't tell.
Okay.
But she's bad news and she's a runaway,
But she wants to be famous.
as Santa tells us. You know what I didn't like about the movie is Santa says the reason he needs to transfer his Santaness to the next person
Mm-hmm.
is that the magic is running out. He used to know everything about every kid on his list off the top of his head. and now he has to like look it up.
Yeah.
But anytime he's called to use Santa magic in this movie, he
Like prove
always
it.
knows
Yeah, he seems to.
everything about everybody. Like
Yeah, you're right about that.
this little girl, like he immediately is like, "You left home a month ago."
Your parents had a fight.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, it seems like your Santa magic is working fine.
Yeah, what was this whole adventure for?
Yeah,
That's actually a good point. I gotta be honest, I pop really hard in any Christmas movie when Santa does that. When Santa's like, "Oh, you live at this address. Your middle name is this." I'm like, "Oh, I'm looking at Santa Claus right now.
I like
Santa's
when
doing that."
Santa does it to adults.
Of
Like when
course,
adults don't
and
believe it's
they get
Santa,
emotional
and
about
he's
it.
like, "What do you mean? I brought you like a toy train on your 8th birthday back in Duluth." And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yes, yes, that'll
Yeah.
work for me really hard. Maybe I love Christmas movies.
I
I don't
love
think of
Christmas
myself as a
movies.
big like Christmas movie fan, but when they're done right, they really can hit me. Like Die Hard. What else?
We should do a commentary on that new Hallmark Christmas movie that's supposed to be about Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift.
Yeah, yeah. Where would we find that? Is there
I
a
don't know.
Hallmark
There's
streaming?
probably a Hallmark streaming service. Yeah.
Hallmark Plus? Uh, but all right. So and then what do we do? We get in jail. Santa gets locked up for some reason.
Yeah, but like he's put in a jail cell with all these hardened criminals, and he's just like, hey, Snake, remember when
He
I
does that
gave you
thing.
that toy train back in Duluth? And he
Yeah, and
was
he's like,
like,
yes,
"Yeah,
oh my
I
god.
fucking do. That was wild."
And they sing songs
Mm-hmm.
and a partridge, and I like that. And they all applaud. It's very cute. Um, and then I mean, what happened? We're basically running around. She
Santa,
steals
he
this.
left his sack in Ernest's taxi. That's how Ernest gets pulled into the whole thing.
Right, and then the girl gets involved, and she ends up stealing the sack at one point and like heading to the
Yeah, but
airport.
then she has a change of heart, brings it
She
back.
returns it, gives it
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, were there any fun sequences? I feel like
Let's
we a
see.
lot more Vern in this one.
Oh yeah. Well, I was excited about that. We set up Vern before the Vern sequence.
Yeah.
And that's Santa doing one of those things. He's like, I remember Vern. I mean, I remember Ernest when he was a little kid. He wasn't too bright, but he everyone liked him. He was a good guy. And I believe he grew up with a fella named Vern. And so
Hmm.
I popped for that. I was like, holy shit, they mentioned Vern.
Is that like his imaginary friend? I guess
I don't know. Like, I think it's a dude. I think
it's a
it's
real
like
person.
it's a real person, but we never hear him speak. He's sort of like a version. You know how in Home Improvement they had that next door neighbor. You only saw the top of his head.
Yeah, that's different. We see that guy.
I know, but we only see the top of his head.
That's different to me. This guy we never see. Like I know, and like
But because we're looking through his eyes.
why don't we hear him? Like Big Bang Theory, we hear like Howard's mom. Howard, you got a phone call,
Listen,
you know?
it's like you ever watch POV porn?
No. No,
Never.
never.
Okay, yes, you have. You know how
Uh,
sometimes it's like, all right, so you're looking at the girl, right, from the POV. Sometimes the girl is like talking, it's like, hey, stepdad. And the guy's like, hey, sweetheart, how was school? But sometimes you don't hear that guy.
right. Or
Yeah.
you know what I hate the most? When oh my god. So this is the camera. When it's like, uh can I use your car? Only the people watching got it, I guess. But I moved my camera up and down to motion no. Sometimes the camera will do that. It'll be like, no, yes. Or I guess I did the wrong way.
Yeah.
But it'll do that. That's good stuff. But at that point, I'm always like, what the fuck am I watching?
All right. So that's Vern. I'm saying
Okay.
he's the type of POV porn where you don't hear the guy who just nods.
You don't even see that.
I feel like you he
I think we
must do.
need more. We're only on movie two. Well, I think we'll get more of
I
Vern.
hope we get more Vern going forward
We'll know more
because
about it.
this was an exciting sequence for me.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
All right. There's a lot of disguises in this one.
True. That's true.
He dresses up like that old lady. At one point, he dresses up like a sort of smarmy businessman.
They they put her in a schoolgirl outfit.
Mm. The crew was really excited that day on set.
I hope it was an empty set that day. They had the cameraman and the director and the boom mic guy, and
That
that's
was the
it.
day they had to hire that bodyguard.
Man. What a sad trivia, I guess.
All right, but anyway, um, yeah. So he's a smarmy businessman. At one point, he does like a kind of laugh,
Mm-hmm. Is that
and
when they
then
break Santa? When do they break Santa out? Is that guy?
that's that guy.
Okay. And she's
And
his
then
niece. That she's
right,
playing his niece.
true. And then
Which
he
is
all
honestly unnecessary. Like now that I know the stuff about that, that could have been a scene with just Ernest. But maybe they were like, oh, let's like and now I'm just like getting in trying to get into the minds of these people. But they could have been like, but now she's the niece, and well, he picked her up from school. She's in the schoolgirl outfit. Could have just been Ernest going in there alone. I don't know.
as that business guy.
Right. That seems a
Yeah,
little bit unnecessary.
yeah. But the crew loved having her around for those
That,
lunchtime BJs.
no, lunchtime, that's horrible. Does she get to eat?
Yeah, a nice cream
All
pie.
right, all right.
All
She
right.
eats the cream pie?
I don't know.
I don't know either what's
I
going
don't know
on.
what I'm doing anymore.
But he turns so Santa gives up his powers to the radio guy. He's not a radio guy. I don't know why we called him that. He turns into Seth Applegate, his old normal self. And then he hits it off with this woman, Mary Morrissey. They go on
Oh
a
yeah,
date.
Santa has like a love interest.
Yeah, they go fuck after, I think.
He's
They're like,
like, oh, 100%. She's like, what are you doing tonight? And he's like, for the first time in 150 years, I got nothing going on except for this sweet dick getting touched by you.
basically, she says, I'm sure we can find something to do.
And
That's
that's what he,
literally
yeah,
basically the line. And then
I'm,
they walk off.
yeah, let's fuck.
So, yeah.
Straight up, you have perfect nipple placement. I have perfect nipple placement. Let's fuck.
Wow. Um, and then we get E Bunny at the end, which I'm Tim
I
popped for.
hated that. I hated that. Oh well, he loves
Also
that.
cool, he knew the writer of this movie. They have a cool kinship. They love the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, I would have had Tim like get the guy to come on the show, but he died like 2 years after he taught Tim.
Yeah, yeah. It
Died
would
of
have
a
been fun
broke.
because he hated Ernest.
He died of a broken heart because his beloved
Yeah,
Christmas
that's funny.
script got made into an Ernest movie.
You might be right. Something like that. Um, like Padme died of a broken heart,
That's right.
or that guy from Tremors, that old man who owned the shop in Tremors.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he basically died of a broken heart. Anyway, uh,
You got anything else? Oh, he was a snake wrangler at one point.
yeah, that was pretty fun. And then they put real snakes, and he was like, "Oh my god, I don't like real snakes."
And then he had snakes hanging off his face.
Oh yeah, that was dumb because they were hanging off of him like
Oh,
in two
really? Something in
shots.
an Ernest movie was dumb?
They were hanging off of him 2 shots before he reacted to it. It's like Ernest, get it together. There's snakes hanging off your nose. What
Yeah,
are you
it's
doing
like
reacting so
it
late?
doesn't hurt until he realizes it. It's sort of like when like a cartoon character like walks off a cliff and then they realize that they're not on land anymore and they fall.
Oh, oh, and then I fall.
Yeah,
That's my favorite bit of all time.
it's a great bit.
uh, so we'll be excited for Ernest 3. Ernest
Yeah,
fights the Easter Bunny.
hopefully I'll be feeling better, higher energy next week. I
Yeah, hopefully.
apologize. maybe this was funny to you. I hope so, and
I
I
hope
hope
so.
we didn't use too much hate speech.
The review we got
And
also before we started didn't help, probably.
yeah, I mean, I was already not doing great though. It was probably a good week for that review.
Yeah. Well,
And
they commented 3 weeks ago
all
or four.
right, thanks,
Dub three
Dub.
nine seven zero four. I remember there's a nine. I don't remember.
What's
All
next
right,
week? Oh wait, what do you give this one?
I will give it a two. Whatever.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what's better.
I
Probably
thought
this one.
I thought this might be the one where I get to a three, but it didn't happen. Um,
What do you
who,
think so far? You liked the second one or first one more?
I think I like this one more, the Christmas one.
I think so too. So,
It's better made. Like there's some decent shots and setups and
and this girl character is better than any of the characters in the first
yeah,
one of the kids.
definitely. And like
The acting
I
was
don't
good.
know.
Santa actor was good. That other guy was good.
There you go.
So, MVP, LVP, Barney MVP.
I'll go Varney on this one. Yeah.
Do you have an LVP?
Uh, I gotta say, I didn't really care for the fellow who's like, the Fred Rogers.
I liked him. I like because
Really?
I liked him. I thought he had an interesting face.
He did
Like
have an interesting face, but I just thought the performance was lacking.
I thought he could kind of work as that type of guy. Like they did. Like I could see casting of like doing a casting call and that guy winning. I don't know. I kind of liked him.
Fair enough. Whatever.
I don't really have an LVP. I don't. You know what I think? I think I'm gonna go the Mrs. Claus, Mary Morrissey. Her like
Yeah.
she seemed like excited to be there, but she wasn't doing it for me.
Okay.
She didn't seem like a real character.
All right. Next week on. Wait, you want to read some shit?
Yeah, I'll read some crud over here. We have a few comments here. One from Eric, or the Josh goes first. He says, "Wow, I loved these movies. I have the VHS of Scared Stupid and Saved Christmas, and they were on constant rotation when I was a kid. I've never seen any of the others, so this will be a cool experience watching them with you guys. Also, I saw Wicked this weekend, and wow, was it amazing! The costumes, real physical sets, just the filmmaking aspect and how it was made is incredibly impressive. A plus all around for 4 even 5 stars if you love musicals. That's awesome." Tim's been telling me to watch it. He says I'll love it. I don't doubt him.
I've heard such mixed things on it. I want to see it, but it really puts me off that it's 2 hours and 40 minutes and it's only the first half of the thing.
It's really tough. That's where we've gotten to these days, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? How long is the show? Like 5 hours long? Why is that? Why are they doing
No,
this?
the show is like three hours, and they're
Oh,
able to
okay.
get the whole thing done.
Yeah, they have no excuse then.
Yeah.
Um, I
All
think
right.
about the thing you said about Star Wars a lot. I think the best thing you ever said was that thing about Star Wars, where it was like, if
I'm not
Star
the first
Wars,
person to say this.
oh, okay, so your best thing is not even
Yeah,
original.
yeah,
Damn. But like, if Star Wars can do all of that in 2 hours and 4 minutes or whatever, then every movie should be able to.
yeah.
Not every movie. I give exceptions, but most of the time. And then Michael Babcock. Sorry. Eric Nelson says, funny how Ernest Goes to Camp isn't available to stream. Reddit said it's because of Iron Eyes Cody is his name, actually being of Italian descent, just like the Columbus episodes of I just don't know what I just said. Just like the Columbus episode of The Sopranos. And what's the deal with Ernest mentioning he's a Vietnam vet? Because he isn't one. What do you mean?
Well, it does. It's a little. It's a little too real world for Ernest. Maybe I sort of get that,
Yeah.
but yeah, uh, that's what we did back then.
What the
We didn't care who was what. I just watched a movie from the year 2000 where Joaquin Phoenix plays a Mexican fella.
right?
Yeah.
That means this isn't available. That's so weird.
No, I did know. I watched Ernest Goes to Camp illegally,
I mean, yeah, me too.
but I usually don't do that. Like Ernest Saves Christmas was available on straight up Disney Plus.
Yes.
and Ernest Goes to Camp isn't available anywhere, and I didn't really have an
Well,
explanation for it. But
Ross texted me yesterday and asked me if I wanted them all on
me
here, and I
too,
I
and
said yes
he put
because
them all on there.
yeah, he did.
So going forward, I'll watch them all on fucking Plex or whatever. But like, um, or on Ross Flicks, as we like
Yeah,
to say.
yeah.
But I, it is weird that Camp is the only one that's not available. Like I was looking at, and like Ernest Goes to Africa, where I think he's in straight up blackface. Like that's available to stream.
Wow, that's
Um,
fucking nuts.
yeah, but not Camp.
All right, well, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Do we know what next week is?
Yeah,
Scared
next week.
stupid.
Next week we're doing Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest Scared Stupid.
Okay.
All right, so it's Jail Ernest, which I remember being pretty good, if I'm being honest. And Scared Stupid is Ernest on Halloween.
Right, right.
It's his Hubie Halloween.
He is a little bit Hubie.
He's a little Adam Sandler. I was thinking about that watching these movies. I mean, Ernest Goes to Camp. I mean, might as well be Billy Madison, right? He's sitting with a bunch of kids. Ernest fucking saves Christmas. Hey, Adam Sandler saves Hanukkah. 8 Crazy Nights. Ernest Goes to Jail. Longest Yard.
Mm.
Ernest Scared Stupid. Hubie Halloween. All right. Ernest Goes to Africa. I don't know.
Just go with
Just
it.
go with it. Yeah.
There's the one, the basketball one. That's grown ups.
Slam.
They play basketball.
Yeah. Slam Dunk Ernest. Grown ups.
Grown
Boom.
ups. This is a good take. I really like this. He
Thanks.
is. I thought of it. I thought he was.
Sandler was just like, I'll change the character slightly every time.
Is there a water boy? Maybe that'll be like the
That's
basketball one.
Ernest Plays Football.
There's not that, is there?
No, no, but I'm just saying, like that it's easily could have been.
Right, but there's one.
Wedding Singer Ernest Goes to the 80s.
Now you're just making stuff up.
Yeah, but you could
Ernest was in
do
the
it.
'80s for the first two movies.
That's a good point.
Are we in the '90s in the next one? I think we are, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. 90 and 91.
Okay, we might get to make some lists for those. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but all right. Are we gonna be back next week? What if we weren't?
Yeah.
I think we are.
This could be the last episode. We
Oh, don't
might
say
get
that.
canceled for hate speech. Check us out on Blue Sky.
Mm-hmm. I
mm,
made an account. I haven't done anything
Did you
with it.
really? I was just joking.
Like 10 days ago, I made an account
I was
just
thinking
to
maybe
have it.
I dip my toe back in, get on Blue Sky.
I haven't done it. I haven't followed anybody or anything, but I do have an account.
I read that AOC became the first person to get over 1 million followers on Blue Sky.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
She could be president.
Yeah, I think that might be where we're headed.
I think so. That could be
But
pretty
I
cool.
don't think she'll win because she's a woman.
But
Anyway,
no, I think she could win,
mm,
especially because like those guys are dumb and she's hot.
that's a good
I
point.
do think like she has a
It
chance.
does help that she's hot.
They're like
We haven't had a hot one run yet.
like as cynical or whatever that is to say, like that could really work. Just
Yeah.
trick these dummies. Like, hey, I'm hot, and they're like, oh my god, she's hot. It's that easy.
Yeah.
So, but we'll be back next week. Oh, we follow us on YouTube. Oh, we're gonna ask for commentaries. We're gonna do a commentary on Friday. Let us know if you want us to like give us recommendations. We had a few, but we're searching for more. Right?
We're soliciting recommendations for commentary tracks for our ongoing Patreon feature. Uh
Commentary beast.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. This is the craziest angle. Actually, it's not. There was once where Daniel was like laying with his legs up in Hubie Halloween. Yeah. But this is like the second weirdest angle. Daniel's off the screen almost.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so let us know what movies we should do. But aside from that, we'll be back with well, I forgot if we're doing Buffy or Angel. What are we doing this week?
This week, we got episode 4 of season 7 of Buffy and episode 2 of season 4.
7.
Episode 4 of season 7 of Buffy, episode 2 of season 4 of Angel.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So that'll be exciting. And then we'll do Comp Beasts. We're moving on to week 5 of Big Brother 26. And we're loving it. It's a great season. Angela, Tucker. You guys
It
know the
is a
crew.
great season. I love it.
Yeah, we love it. Uh,
Shout out to
so
Rubina.
shout out to Rubina. All right. So anything else? Episode over?
No, shout out to my dogs in the crib, and know what I mean.